Hey yo guys, welcome to this video. And if you're living in the great country of Canada, there's a bit of a sensation going on, and that's the game of basketball. As yes, the Toronto Raptors finally this past Sunday were able to win a 7-game first round series in the NBA. And while there's a lot of buzz and a lot of excitement, last night's game, while had a lot of drama and we saw a lot of what the Toronto Raptors can do, we also saw the negative things of what the Toronto Raptors can do. And look, this is a very interesting time. Look, the Raptors are coming off their best season, a 56-win regular season. They've had two guys go back to the back-to-back All-Star games in Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. And, they are a second seed. Finally, like I said, win that 7-game series against a very tough Indiana Pacers squad. And now they move on to the second round, and last night's Game 1 left a lot to be desired, especially from your superstar, Kyle Lowry, who's really been the face of the franchise right here. I know DeMar hasn't really lived up to a lot of hype, but I felt he played very solid in Game 1 for these Toronto Raptors. I mean, for Kyle Lowry, a guy who, minus him hitting that big buzzer beater three-pointer to force overtime against Miami, he's been pretty dreadful in the playoffs, and more so the last few nights. I mean, before the three-pointer, as I was getting to, he'd played 37-plus minutes and only had 4 points. And right now he's shooting in the entire playoffs 16% from three-point territory and 30% overall. These are not good statistics for a team that has a lot riding on it for being a second seed, and a team where, while they're a second seed, they have the best chance right here of any second seed to maybe make a real run and go for, a good shot at going to the finals here, as no one's got any belief that the Raptors can do it. And I want to put a lot of belief in them, but when you see numbers like that, and then how they play defensively in these games, it's, you lose the faith. And I mean, Toronto sports is such a fragile market as it is, where, they're not used to winning. So they're really latching on to the Raptors or the Blue Jays or whatever, because they've been so accustomed to not winning. And, this is a real opportunity where a Toronto sports team can go and take it all and win in the big U.S. markets, or in the NBA, which is a totally, obviously, American-dominated sports league. So, I mean, they have everything in their power. Look, we saw what they can do. They can stretch the floor, move things up quick, get points in the paint, and, they have guys that can shoot the big three-pointers. Corey Joseph's played fantastic for the Raptors in the playoffs. Patrick Patterson's played fantastic for them. And, Miami's a very good team as well, but they look very beatable. And the Raptors are outplaying them basically the entire first half, and they fall asleep at the switch. And I just don't understand it. This is a team that's supposed to be predicated on defense, and their defense falls apart. Like, either they go on a bit of a cold streak in the game and they just lose all their confidence. This is a team that doesn't have much confidence. And look, they need to get it back. Don't get me wrong, Miami's a very solid team with, Dwayne Wade looking like Dwayne Wade from 10 years ago when the Miami Heat won the NBA championship, and Goran Dragic, who, by the way, I'm still pissed at Phoenix for making that trade now by putting Dragic in the Eastern Conference now with Miami. But I mean, honestly, look, I mean, if they can find ways to shut these guys down, I think they really can. I think the fact that Miami is a team that normally likes to slow the tempo and just move the ball around kind of plays into what the Raptors like to do defensively. And, they don't got to worry about a guy with the length and reach like Paul George on that team. And they're not a good free throw shooting team as well. So Toronto has everything in their grasp. And especially last night where, they look like it's over. And they come back and tie it on that three-pointer by Lowry at the end. But Lowry's got to get things going. DeMar's got to get things going here. I mean, when I look at these Eastern Conference playoffs so far, every team that's made it, maybe excluding the Pistons because they had a tough stretch of things, every superstar on their team has got things going. Obviously, LeBron and Kyrie have been going. When Charlotte played Miami, Kemba Walker and Jeremy Lin got going. Obviously, in Miami, Goran Dragic and Dwayne Wade has been going in those games. And then when I look obviously Paul George going for the Pacers. And then when you look at the Raptors, where are their superstars getting going? They haven't been. And this is a team that is a 2 seed, and they have so much that they can prove a lot of people wrong, prove the doubters wrong, prove a lot of the basketball experts wrong. And it's just sitting right there. The opportunity is sitting right there, and they just can't hit it out of the park. So it's going to be a very interesting game come tomorrow night, back in Toronto at the Air Canada Centre. And honestly, I know the Raptors themselves are facing the heat, but their superstars, DeMar DeRozan and especially Kyle Lowry, are facing an inferno, and they need to find a way to put that criticism out and go rise off into their own blaze of glory. Peace out, and have a good day, everyone.